to navigate through different seasons in your life. So right now I'm going through a different season. On June 30th, I decided to leave Merrill Lynch, Global Wealth and Investment Management, and move over into full-time entrepreneurship and launch propergirl.com, a digital magazine for youth, for millennial women that are stylish, that care about faith and health and love and relationships. And it was quite, and it has been quite the journey. And it's interesting because as I listen to my resume, you kind of think, why did I leave? Why would I think that going into entrepreneurship was a good idea? I could have just stayed where I was, have been comfortable, and been okay, and lived a quite frankly, very comfortable life.
So in my little one-room studio apartment in New Jersey, because I was commuting to New York City for work, and in this little one-room studio apartment, I started drafting up the ideas for how could I help these women and men who had these beauty brands and wanted to get featured in magazines like Essence, but they had no digital know-how. You can run a business, but that doesn't make you an online marketer, amen? Right, because you're an entrepreneur, you're doing everything. You're doing your own accounting, you're the janitor some days, you're doing everything, you're your own publicist. But these people had no digital know-how, even though they had great beauty products, right? So in this one-room studio, there's the other side of that room, and I always show this picture because you don't have to have a big corner office downtown overlooking the water to get that business off the ground. Yes, start where you are with what you have in the years. So definitely start with that client profile and start in something that you're absolutely passionate about and that you're 100% sure, you know, God has gifted you in that area.
Before I get started, I want to thank each and every one of these women for being a part of this panel. Give them a round of applause. We got some. I'll be honest. I didn't start to blog. I didn't fall in love with blogging. I knew I wanted to own a spa. And Sharice and I spoke and talked about it, and we knew that was a way to introduce ourselves to our market and for people to take us seriously and to educate people about skincare. So it wasn't that I loved to blog, and I knew that was the thing that I wanted to do, but that was my introduction, our way to get Skinforia out to the open.
We use blogging as a way to also test our products, like what lines we're going to carry in the spa, what works, what didn't work, what we're getting good feedback on. So we really kind of use it as more of like a research tool and a marketing tool.
I think I immediately fell in love with it. It was like my therapy. So I would just literally get behind my computer and just talk about any and everything and just release my thoughts and my tips. So I immediately fell in love with it. So it's been 7 years.
You know, my target, they're all women, and they really connect to the content. So that's what helped me fall in love, is knowing that I'm offering value.
And so for me, I didn't get opportunities because of my curl pattern. I said, you gotta be kidding me. So I had to decide that my curls are beautiful, that I have someone out there that have a curl pattern just like mine that's waiting for me to make this tutorial. So I need to go ahead and make this tutorial. And also too, I just had to get to the point where I made opportunities happen for myself. I cannot wait on a brand to reach out to me, or an event, somebody having something, reach out to me. I made it myself.
I said, I'm exhausted. I said, I have worked my butt off. I said, I'm tired. I said, I've applied for 153 jobs. I said, nobody saw me worthy. I said, Mom, I graduated magna cum laude. I said, I got 2 degrees. I was like, what is happening? And through that time, of course, my faith got to get extremely strong because I had nothing to rely on but God. I had nobody. So I was like, okay, God, you don't have to do something. And And I just prayed probably and cried and prayed and cried until a breakthrough came. And somebody called me and they said, can you do some PR and marketing work for me? You know, I didn't even really know what PR was. But the answer was yes. The answer was yes. Because had they asked me to come up here and sweep the floor, the answer was yes. Had they asked me to clean the toilet, the answer was yes. I wanted to eat. Who cares that I had all these degrees and all this stuff? I was like, I just want to eat. I just want to eat and pay a bill. I was like, this could not be it. So I started doing work for them, and I sought counsel, people who were experienced in PR and knew what that was, and I asked them to teach me. And in 2 weeks, I looked up, they had referred me to somebody, who referred me to somebody, who referred me to somebody, and I had like 5 to 7 projects going on. Y'all, I thought I was rich. People see me in the street, they're like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm building an empire. 23, couldn't tell me that. I was like, I'm building an empire.
Started off doing music videos, the girl in the video. So I was styling a few people in the music videos, from Busta Rhymes, Eminem, anybody, Jagged Edge, and I was doing the video girls, and they wanted the girls to dress a proper way, so I would style them. And they always ask, who styled you? And they said, okay, this girl named Latrice, but you know, nobody knew who I was, but they kept asking. So as the time went on, I turned my passion, because it was something I really wanted to do. I said, how do I get into this? But I had to use my own resources. So my resources that I was already in the industry, why not use it? So the girls kept on asking, and they, after a while, the music producers said, we would love for you to come back and style a video. So then from there, I just kept on styling, and I said, well, I might as well make this into a business. So I started a company called The Styling Closet, stylingcloset.com, which is a group of women. We all come together, or men. We style different clients from all over, and we just make it work.